Hello, hello. Welcome back to everyone who joined me for our writing sprints earlier, who is ready to get some planning done. If you haven't already done so, jump into the description and grab your copy of the template. And then we'll get down to weekly planning the right way. Hey, Crystal, how's it going? Happy Sunday right back to you. Heather, back for planning while making dinner. Nice. Jersey, hello, hello, Lindsay. I'm so ready. I do love the enthusiasm. I do not think when I see caps that someone's yelling. I just don't go there. Let's see. Lindsay is taking a break from work for this, so doubly exciting. Very cool. Lindsay, when are you doing sprints? Yes, please, sure. Okay, guys, we are going to dive on in and we're going to plan an awesome week. We're looking for this template here that you guys want to have. Actually, I don't need to do that anymore. I simply need to click. And we have a nice visual of it instead of me trying to hold it up to the camera, which is silly. Let's see. Rita, I'm ready for planning this week. Nice. Guys, that is page 1. That is our ordinary world, the things that just kind of have to happen to, have productive lives. And the other side, which is my favorite, is the special world. This is where we get to create our plan of all the amazing things that we want to do throughout next week. I sprint on Tuesday and Friday and on Saturday, April 13th. Interesting. All right. So guys, we're going to dive right on in with backstory, a set of events that have occurred before the main story. Let's see how you did last week. We're going to celebrate those wins, those gold star moments. We're going to learn from our challenges and note down our best fixes. And we're going to figure out what we've been avoiding, why, what we can do about it, and we're going to define an action step for it. Our first action step so we can begin to get it off our plate. Okay, guys, let's dive on in. Oops. So we are going to use the first section there of page 1, which is the gold star moments, distractions, best fixes, and avoiding, along with that first action step. Let's see, I'm ready to plan. I need to have a solid plan in place. Yes, love that. All right, guys. So reflection. We're going to celebrate our successes and gold star moments. We're going to analyze our challenges, our biggest distractions, and our best fixes. And we're going to look at what we've been avoiding, figure out why. If it even still matters, sometimes we let things go for so long, they don't even matter anymore. They're taking up space in here, but they don't matter. So we get rid of them, right? If it still matters, we break it down. Define our first action step so we know what we're going to start with. Make it priority number 1 and schedule it for, if you can get it done today, that's awesome. If not, if it's kind of more businessy, Monday morning, we get it off our plates. Right, guys? Okay, so we're going to dive on in and just take a little tally from last week and see what we want to celebrate, what we want to remember for the next time we're in a challenging position, and the thing that we are going to get off our plate. And go. What did you come up with? Elizabeth, my gold star moments for last week are having a realization about something needing a warm-up sprint to get distraction out of me. Oh, cool. And scheduling a physiotherapy evaluation. I love that with the warm-up sprint. Yeah, should we bring that back? We did that for a while where we just had sort of a quick little sprint to kind of get all the sort of dive on in. I know we do the mini little planning with my microsprint plan before we get into our writing. But the idea of actually having a little bit of just a short, let me ponder on that. I think that's a powerful thing you've mentioned. Candace, hello, hello. Elizabeth, pain made it difficult to get cleaning done last week, so I'll get that done this week. I'm going to break the tasks up into smaller pieces and plan accordingly with small pieces of the large tasks. Nice. Gold star, I survived and did my best with a difficult, frustrating week. Well, congrats. I love that. All right, guys, we're going to dive on into our next section. Let's see. Oops. Let's see. Rita, self-care time. I watched the kids for a full day and even got some revisions done too. Nice. The rhythm's starting. I love that. All right, guys. Our next section is distractions. This is what I consider our ordinary world to be. It just gets in the way of all the things that we want to be doing. So, definition, things that prevent someone from giving full attention to something else. Sound familiar? Let's see, Elizabeth Crystal, I feel you there. I am happy I survived and have a plan moving forward for my physical healing. Beautiful. All right, guys, for that one, we're going to use this it looks rather large and intimidating, but I decided to break it down because I felt like I was trying to write headers down and stuff, and it was kind of, I wanted more than I was getting the time to write down in our 2 minutes. So I revamped this with biggest, smallest, major conflicts. I don't know about you guys, but I discovered one that made me want to cry a little bit. April is the Advanced Developmental Editing course, which I'm looking forward to. I'm excited for, I should say. Camp Nano, which I would like to participate in. First time ever that I will not do a 50K goal. I might give myself like 10 or 20K just so I can be, because I want to do it. I just have to be careful. But then I realized something. April is also taxes month. So I got to find time to get our taxes in as well. Yeah. So my major conflict is going to be those taxes because I was not considering that as part of the plan. We also have important dates with a actual spot to put the dates, start and end times, and any reminders you might want to have for yourself. Chores, errands, sleep. Give yourself a definition of what the sleep is you want to achieve. Cooking. Now, we often forget how long cooking can take. Right. So I've tried to give you a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for check boxes, and also P for meal planning when you want to do that, which day of the week, and when you plan to do your grocery shopping. So you can have a little mini plan for that. Morning routine, if there's something you're trying to start incorporating into it. Your evening routine, again, something you want to incorporate or change. Your bills that are due, listing them out, putting a place for the amounts that are due, etc. ready for you. And I gave you in other categories, so maybe if there's something at work that's slightly different, or maybe there's something specific in a family time that you want to get together for, or something you want to do. I've just kind of left that general category there. All right, guys. Let's dive into that first one, major conflicts. I've always used this is just literally, it means a break in routine. So anything that's coming along that isn't just a quick little task, it's going to be more of a project and it's going to take some time to get done. That's what this is about. So obviously when we go on a vacation or we have a major holiday, yes, there's a disruption. There's family events. There's things you want to go to. There's packing. There's the traveling time. All those get in there, right? Surgeries, you're out of order. That's all there is to it. You're not going to be able to do your normal things. Conferences. It is amazing when you go to a conference. It feels so good. But the time that it takes to prep for it and the time it takes to come back out sort of the other side of all that information that you take in, you don't normally just get to sit down and start writing again. Your brain is kind of, it's processing. It's processing, right? That's why you went to the conference, to get all that information. But your brain is busy taking it in, right? Writing tends to get put a little bit off to the side when you come back from a writer's conference, always, or whatever the conference is, right? So, and like something like I said, a major project, taxes take time, right? Let's see, Elizabeth, I also am aiming to write 50K words on my developmental draft for Camp NaNoWriMo. I have time on my hands that I didn't have before, so with physical therapy and writing, I'll be busy, but not too busy that I burn out with, which is nice, yeah. Hey, Diane, love this. Thank you for the template. You are so welcome. All right, guys, so let's, this one we'll just discuss this one because generally speaking, this one takes more than 2 minutes to figure out. But if there's something that you see coming at you in the next month or so, and you need to get ahead of it, that's what we're talking about here. Okay, so I'm just going to write taxes and leave it at that because I have not entirely figured out. I know what it's going to affect. It's going to affect the course and it's going to affect Camp Nano for sure. But what can I do to avoid the conflict? Well, I can get my butt over to Costco, get the software and get it done early. I think all of our tax documents have been provided at this point. And I can get it done. I cannot leave it to the last day, otherwise I'm going to be stressed. Let's see, Elizabeth, my birthday is on Friday and Easter is on Sunday. Yes, next weekend is Easter and happy birthday, hon. Probably because we won't be, let's see, I'm going to give you a happy birthday now. I'm hoping to do something, but I'm going to give you a happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Elizabeth. Do you have any special plans? Let us know. We'll make sure you incorporate it in there. There you go, hon. If I get to do what I want to do, then maybe you'll get that again. Crystal, I too am turning in taxes this week and have a course starting in April. So, hooray, I'm for turning 25. Yes. Weekly birthdays coming up after this week, along with Camp Nano. I waited on kid to schedule taxes because he's the right. I see. Okay. So we'll leave this one for now. Just hit the top point under major conflicts as to what it is that's coming so you can start planning it and figuring out. I find this one is a bit big, so I don't think a 2-minute timer is going to do us justice on it. But I want it in our view so we know to watch for it, right? All right, guys. Our important dates for the next 2 weeks. Holidays and events, including Easter, birthdays, happy birthday, Elizabeth, appointments and commitments, and there's a space there for reminders to note your travel time, action steps, prep, confirmation if needed, and any paperwork. So there's a little notation there. I like the start and end time so you can kind of see what the window is that you're working with. Of course, life is subject to change. We are okay with that. Okay, guys, let's dive in with a 2-minute timer and figure out those big things that are coming at us. And go. I love it. Okay, let's see here. Oops, that's not what I want. This is live. Anything else? That's gonna be a question mark. Okay, how did you guys come up with that girl looks like me? Love it. Elizabeth, my sister, and her friend both gave me a gift today, plus my friend who had a birthday yesterday, and I are going to pick a time probably this week to have a dual birthday celebration. That's perfect. I love that. Yeah, Mr. Baggins is having his birthday, not this Monday, but next Monday. Oh, and then that resumes. I'm not looking forward to the following week. I've had time to do things. It's been lovely. All right, guys. Now, I know this looks a little messy, but we do have the template, which will define it all out and make life a little easier. So we have our life tasks, our sleep, the day job. This is not our creative passion projects or anything that, this is kind of the day job, meaning the one that just pays the bills that we would someday love to replace, right? Chores, errands, morning, evening routines, meal planning, cooking, banking and bill due dates, insurance, and family time. And again, we always batch together tasks to make them so they're more efficient and get done faster. Physical therapy evaluation on April 1st, and I'm going to celebrate Easter. Nice. All right, guys. So use the section as you like. Hopefully, with it broken down, it'll be easier to get everything down that we want to plan out the week. All right, guys, and go. Okay, that felt pretty good. How did you guys do? How did that break down for you? I felt like I was able to jump around and fill everything in relatively easily. I'm pondering if I should Let me give myself one more of those. I feel like doing something special. Let's see. How did you guys do? What kind of week do you have ahead? Anything fun? Anything interesting? I think I do have an Amazon return I have to add on here. Make sure I just keep that in my radar as well. Let's see, Elizabeth, I am going to look at the tax papers I have and pay the $55 I owe the state of Massachusetts online. When I got FMLA for 7 weeks last week, I was undercharged taxes by $55, so I have to pay that. I'm doing that tomorrow. I love how proactive that is. Beautiful. Okay, guys, we are going to dive on into our next section, Stage 3, Ticking Clock. This is a time limit or deadline that adds constraint, obstacles, and ensures the protagonist must act. This is our 168-hour review, and this is what takes up most of our time. What we're looking to do is find our calculation to figure out what our protected time will be, so that when we sit down to actually work on our creative tasks, we know how much time we have, and we are really precious with it. Okay, so we're going to use that upper right hand corner, and we're going to figure out how much time we need for each, and be realistic. That's all I can say. Do not cut your sleep, guys. It's going to lead to burnout. It's going to lead to you not feeling good, and you're just going to be tired. We don't want to do that. So try to be honest and try to be healthy about your choices. Okay? So knowledge time. You have 168 hours this week. Most of them are already spoken for. So 168 hours less, 49 hours for sleep. That's basically a 7-hour sleep each night. And you can survive on that. I'd say you can do it as long as you get like a little sleep in every once in a while. But depending on how busy you are otherwise, that is probably the lowest sleep I would put on there. 45 hours for the day job. That's a full-time job, 40 hours a week with some travel time in there, right? 21 hours for meals and cooking. This is just some averages I figure should work out about right. You, of course, do you and what works for you. 14 hours for family time. That's a couple hours each night. 2 hours for errands, 3 hours for chores, and 3.5 hours each for morning and evening routine. That's about a half hour each. This will leaves, out of the 168 hours, that will leave 27 hours for your goals. Now let's take 2 minutes and fill out what it is for our own personal lives. No judgments here, guys. We do what works for us and what we need to do. And it just makes the time that we have remaining all the more precious. Elizabeth, last year. I got that last year, not this last week. Okay, well, that's still good. You're getting it done. I also am going to make cleaning parties so I can have a clean fresh start for Camp Meadows. Oh, smart. Once I have a PT appointment, physical therapy dates, I'll write those down in my planner. Perfect. I set my writing time in 15-minute writing task blocks, and I have an ideal range of task blocks for each day. For April, that isn't a Sunday. Sundays are my day off, and yes, exactly. Okay, guys, so let's take 2 minutes and let's just fill in those compartments, and let's figure out what our protected time is going to look like. We'll be using that calculation for the other side of the template, and go. Okay. So how does that, what number did you come up with, the guys? I have about 44 hours next week of protected time. It's still a pretty light week. A lot of things that will be coming will be the following week. Actually, I'd better take a quick second here and, oops, wrong thing. Okay, so okay, okay. And that's the 3rd. Okay, is there anything else on? Oh, and I ran out of space. And that also begins on the 3rd. Yeah. Okay. I still need to do Q2 and Camp Nano. I like your plan, Elizabeth. Yes. Don't push yourself with Q2. Just do it little by little, and that way it stays an enjoyable task. I find that I was going to try to do it in just like the 2 days and whip it out. And I got most of what I needed down, but I'm kind of taking it easy now with the other part because I don't need it right this second. And I can just simply do that next stage. A little bit here, a little bit there. I have the bones down. Once you get to the goals part, I think it's easier than, or I should say the project sort of part, that it's a little easier to break it up, I think. So be kind to yourselves, guys. Let's see. Rita, I may need more sleep than I thought. The only difference this week is a few medical appointments, and Easter family time will be at the cabin. Ooh, very nice. So that's additional 4 hours driving time. Perfect. Let's see. Rita, which could lead to an overnight visit to... Ooh, well, that's kind of cool. Leave room for that, definitely. That sounds like fun. Okay, guys, we're going to dive on into our final piece of this page. And we're going to deal with that small little section of story beats. You'll notice that I have taken the deep focus away. I think the deep focus belongs with our, well, the things that matter, our bigger goals, the goals that actually matter to us that we want to make time for. So I've actually given a designated space for them next to our. I put it all the way down the list, but preferably, as we normally do, we use them for their big and medium goals. But you know what? Sometimes it's going to be necessary for the other stuff, right? Okay, guys, so the storyboard is just thinking in terms of our week, in terms of full days, all the time in the world to do whatever we want, whatever we need to do, whatever we want to do, right? Nothing's calling to our attention. It's ours, right? Half days are generally when you have work during the day, and the other remainder of the day is yours to choose how you want. Pinch days are those super busy, crazy days when there's just so much going on and life throws you some more lemons to go with it, and you just don't have time to breathe. So that's a pinch day. Our life task days are those days when we're running errands, we're doing chores, we're keeping our environment healthy and happy, making sure we have groceries, making sure that we have clean clothes, all those kind of things, right? And then O for day off. If you try to have yourself 1 day a week, which is a true day off. That way you can just, you know what? If you decide you want to work a little bit, you can. If you decide you want to go and have fun and go on a little venture, you can. You've left the day free for you, right? Okay, guys. So let's go fill in the days with how we see it shaping up so far, and go. Okay. Okay. Tuesday this week. That's good. Wednesday. This will probably be off. It's Easter. Friday. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I did come up with a potential plan here for the monthly planning. I will probably do it either Wednesday or Friday afternoon. I still have to pick a time slot, but it looks like there's availability in there for both, so I should be able to put something in there for us. Now I just have to finalize that. So watch for an update. All right, let's see. Where did I go? Crystal, my entire month of March has been a pinch day. Oh, hon. Oh, hugs. I feel that. Oh, it sucks when it happens. Like, you feel like you have no control over your own time. And it's tough because often what you're doing kind of has to be done. But at the same time, it doesn't feel good, right? They just don't feel good. I don't know what I could suggest. Does it end in March? I guess is the question. Is this a temporary thing? Let's see. Elizabeth, also, I am probably going to be traveling to New Hampshire to see the solar eclipse on April 8th. Ooh, cool. I'm a little jelly. I live in a town next to New Hampshire, and my parents are probably going too, so this will be fun. Yes. I myself have a buffer of 50 task blocks to account for pain and fatigue since that moves up and down, but it should get better with physical therapy. Oh, yeah, for sure. Crystal Elizabeth, what glasses are you going to use? I'm looking for legit ones. Oh, interesting question. Let's see. Rita, possible 2 days off, 2 half days. 2-day shipping. Okay. I have Easter Sunday off. It looks weird. It looks weird. Explain. I know. I kind of did the same thing. I don't normally put it off on there, but it's a family day. Totally. I actually asked my daughter if do we still need to do Easter treats? And she's like, of course. I love it. She's so sweet. Crystal, use that, Tracy. So true. Oh, yeah. Some of it will end in March, thankfully. That's good to hear. All right, guys, we are going to flip on over to the other side of our form. And we are working, so you're going to be working with that number you came up with for your protected time. All right, guys, and all calculations will be based on that. So we're going to move on to protected time. Time kept safe or defended against interruptions so you can achieve what matters to you. This is important. This is our special sacred time. This is going to be guarded, defended in our schedules. This is the time that others are going to respect. We need to train them sometimes, but this is the time that they need to respect, because this is the time that we have set aside for very important things that matter, right? Okay, so we're going to use this first part of the page 2 template. You will notice that at the bottom here, we have the last ingredient, which I have renamed your fun list. When you guys populate this list, nothing on it has to make money. Nothing on it has to produce anything. This is just things that are going to bring you joy, things that are going to fill you up and make you feel good and just complete you, I hope. These are the things that we often do not give ourselves time for because we feel like it has to produce something. It has to have an outcome. It has to have a monetary value that it's producing. And that's not good for our souls. We need more than that, right? All right, guys. So we are going to dive on in to our protected time. Our first rule, don't give 100%. We're going to do this the right way. We are going to work to 95%, leaving 5% for our fun list. We are guaranteeing and building right on into our plan that self-care time, that joy time, that fun time. Okay? So our biggest task, we're not talking tasks, goals, sorry. Our biggest goal is going to be 40% of our protected time. Our mediums goals are going to be 20% each. And our small goals, up to three, is going to be 5%. That is a total of 95%. Now, when you round up, you're going to be taking a little bit away from the others. When you round down, of course, you have that little bit of a remainder. So, of course, we round things up as it works for us. So what does that look like in hours? So I used our example of the 27 hours and broke it down. So 40% was 11 hours, which had to be rounded up. Which I can't even remember what the actual number. I should actually just put the actual numbers in there, and that would be good. Why didn't I do that? 27, let's see, 40%. That was a 10.8, so I rounded it up to 11. 20% were both rounded. Everything else was rounded down, so 5 hours for 20% and 1 hour each for the 5%. That leaves a difference, which it will be 27. So we ended up with 24. So that is 3 hours for our fun list. Okay, guys, let's take a few minutes and do some figure out of our math. Every week it should be a little bit different, so we should have to repeat this process, but it should be easier and faster as we go. Okay, guys, so let's take 2 minutes and take that protected time and whatever calculation you came up with for you, and multiply it by 40%, 20%, and 5%, and go. Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. I will make sure I move that next time. Where can I put that? I will probably move. You know, I could probably do, guys. I could probably take this guy. Oops. No, I'm going to have to. I may not be able to do it right now because I have a feeling it's going to stop me. No, I'll have to do it a little bit after. That's okay. Yeah, so it's our protected time times the percentage equals our focus time. Let's see, which I technically should come up with a different name because we also have our deep focus time, but we'll figure that out. Let's see, can I hear your example of what this looks like for you? Okay, sorry, I ended up with 44 hours for a protected time. At 40%, that gave me 17.6 hours, so I rounded that up to 18. The 20% came out to 8.8, so I rounded those both up to 9. And the 5% came out to 2.2, so I rounded those down to 2. The other modification I also make on mine is my third small goal is a very small goal, so I actually half the time on that one. So I only make that one an hour. So feel free to modify to what you feel you need for something, because sometimes, yes, it's a goal, but you know that it's kind of the one that you kind of have a feel of how much time you're going to be able to give to it. So you, I should probably put 2, but at the same time, I know it's not going to happen. So I just put 1, and I left that extra hour that I then put into the fun list, if that makes sense. Let's see. Oh, I still got this running. Yeah, I'll have to figure out where that, how to kind of make that line up a little nicer for you guys. I'll make sure the math gets on the top, even if I have to pull the pyramid down. Let's see, which would probably be the easiest thing I could do. Let's see. No, where is it? It's a super short. Yeah, that's all good, hon. Okay, guys. So do you have your percentage or your times, your hours? So the last ingredient is your fun list, the most important protected time of all. This is your self-care. There are no have-tos on this list. That should be hyphenated. There. There are no have-tos on this list, just fun. Like I said, there is nothing that needs to come from anything on this list. If you're going to go and paint, this is just fun painting. This isn't a painting you're going to create to sell. No, this is just you with a canvas and your paints and your pencils and just the peace and the calm and the joy of creation, right? That's all we're going to use this list for. And now we're going to define our pyramids as to which will be our biggest. It may change a little bit week by week. Now, I do have an interesting perspective to put in here. I kept thinking in terms of my health goal, but my health goal kind of was encapsulating a lot of my journaling. It was encapsulating my planning, because our health goals, when we define them, it isn't just our physical selves that we want to take care of. We want to take care of our mental health, and we want to take care of our self-discovery and being true to ourselves, right? So I've actually, that 18 hours that I ended up with for the 40% goes to health, because I need about 10 hours for physical activity. I need another about, we'll say, 4 hours for planning. And then the other part is just that self-discovery journaling that I want to have time for it. That could be morning pages. I've kind of taken away the morning pages, but I want to bring them back. I miss them. I was processing a lot of things and feeling really, really good at what I was discovering about myself, what was mattering, what things that I kind of been thinking about, toying with. I was able to bring them to fruition by writing them out and journaling. So I want to, that goal has become my health goal. And that is very protected time that I will not give up. I've defined it as, I've given myself the question, this is for me, of course, personally, what healthy choices can I make while being a developmental editor, a a writer, and a content creator, because there are ways I could do this well and protect myself, and there's ways I can do this which will drag me down, pull up my energy, leave me not feeling well, not getting sick. So I'm trying to think in terms of healthier choices that I can make that support me across all three of physical, mental, and self-discovery. Let's see, Rita, I don't feel bad with only 1 hour of leftover time since I allow 2 hours of evening reading. Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, and sometimes it's already incorporated in. Elizabeth, I don't have an exact time for protect time since I don't know how much rest time for pain fatigue. Yes. I will need during the week, but I will get the cleaning task done irregardless. Yes. And once you get past this pain part, you should be able to better define and kind of you can practice the system this way. Okay, guys, so let's take 2 minutes here just to fill out our goals pyramid. So you have one big goal, that's your 40%. You have 1 to 2 medium goals, 2 to 3 small goals. So let's name your goals. And these are just your big picture categories. So for mine, it's health, writing, YouTube, developmental editing. This week is really low because the class hasn't started yet. That changes next week, and that's going to move up into a YouTube and development editing. We'll have to do a switch around. So I've been using this last week and this week I'm using for a lot of updates to YouTube, things I wanted to try, working on the templates, just trying to get using that extra time that I know I will not have in April. So, and right now, development editing, I'm still waiting for my final assignment to come back. So I'm kind of learning as I do things, but at the same time, it's just very natural learning. And then finally, social media, which sometimes I feel like social media and YouTube should be together. But then when I start creating, they are different mindsets. So. Okay, guys. So you already have the sections split up here by sizing to show that priority. So let's go and populate that list with our goal categories and go. All right, how did that go for you guys? Let's see. Elizabeth, my big goal is cleaning for this week. My medium goal is reading, and a small goal is to cook a new recipe I've never cooked before. I enjoy cooking sometimes. Sweet. I enjoy cooking fancy meals. I'm quite bored with the rest of it. when you cook all the time, it kind of loses its charm. Let's see. Let's see. Heather, a big goal is writing an exercise its medium goal. I am contemplating one class at the college for it. Nice. I love that. In person or online? Curious. So much stuff is online now. Okay, guys, we're going to dive on into our plotting and the plan. Series of related events making up a story. That's our plotting. And the plan is an intention or decision about what one is going to do. We don't know for sure what next week is going to bring, but if we have a plan, we can manage what happens and what comes at us because we don't lose sight of what is important, and we can move things around if we have a plan, right? We are going to use the middle section of page 2. As you can see, we have this section is going to be for our projects. This section is going to be for our for the details, the tasks, the breakdowns, the targets, anything that you can think of, our live sprints, anything that can support this, the admin tasks related to it, anything and everything that you can think of that you may have to do this week. You may not be able to fill it all out in 2 minutes. So the biggest part is getting those projects down and getting down at least some of the tasks that are related to it. Okay, why is my mouse not doing it? Oh, I see. I have to actually be on this one. My bad. Yeah, here's going to be for projects. And here's for the breakdown of those projects into tasks and targets, etc. Right? And anything that supports it. And then finally, we can define either if it comes to you easily or maybe afterwards, and you can define when those deep focus dates and times are going to be for each one. I recommend for the top 3 here. But you know what? Sometimes these guys may call for it as well. All right, guys. In person, no room for exercise. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that sometimes could be a challenge, right? All right. So the first off is projects ongoing, recurring, new, on hold, and the ones that are pulled from your monthly or quarterly plan that are designated for this week. All right. Let's take a 2 minutes here, guys, and fill out that first column under plotting with the plot projects. They're going to move these goals forward and go. Okay. All right. What did you guys come up with? I have journaling down there for my self-discovery. I'm going to actually put a slash to that and call it morning pages because I want to give it that weight that it occurs in the morning again. There we go. And I finally have a name for my current writing project, Project Ballad. So I think it'll be fun. It's getting the right vibe. It's kind of be a little bit comedic. I think it's going to be a fabulous thing to read and write. Crystal this week is going to be dedicated to priorities. Unfortunately, I will have to design this as if my goals and projects are tackling these instead. Bonus if I get to write. Well, you could make one of your small goals, the writing goal. Or you can make that your self-care goal in this case because you're doing a bunch of things that you kind of don't really want to be doing. Then writing can become that reward, right? Okay, guys, let's do the plan. Let's take a couple minutes to start breaking the projects down to the tasks we will complete this week. The plot points, the chapters, the scenes, just to give you that visual, right, of breaking it down. And the tools we'll use to support them, like live sprints, new knowledge, targets, and journaling. So I have a couple books right now that I'm reading to support my understanding of romantic subplots because I've been trying to treat them like they were part of the main plot and messing things up a little bit for myself, and not realizing that they kind of need it. They need their own beats. They need to be separate. And I mean, sometimes I think I was achieving that, but a lot of the time I was kind of getting in my own way. So that's one of the ones I'm doing. The other one is demystifying the beats, which is one about writing cozy mystery, something I wouldn't mind doing in the future. So that's kind of my fun of the two, right? And some things that we may want to keep in mind in terms of business tasks. These may support our plan or just be things that are kind of on our have-to list of the things that we need to do to support our creative endeavors. So we have admin tasks, we have business and goal planning, we have our daily, weekly, and monthly planning. As I said, I put that as my health goal because I find that when I have a plan, I am less stressed. I see what's coming at me in advance. There are no surprises, and everything just feels better. I'm calmer. I feel healthier and happier, and yeah, and less stress is a very healthy thing, right, guys? Budget planning, banking, which I know I have banking on the other side, but sometimes there's banking that you may have to do in terms of these projects that you may have to do, things that are specific to that. So I wanted that to be on this list as well. Meetings, probably don't happen very often, but when they do, don't want to forget them. Workshops or courses that are supporting your creative goals. Any skill-based videos or reading that you need to do. This could be as simple as watching YouTube videos for knowledge and having a plan when you're sitting down to watch them. And then live sprints. And again, we batch things together. So let's take our 2 minutes and figure out a little more detail to our breaking our projects down into the bite-sized pieces that are going to give us good direction throughout this week. And go. Is going. Okay. Okay, what did you guys come up with? Um, I'm hoping this lovely little bit of weather we have today. I'm gonna go for a walk, I think, after we finish up here, because it is gorgeous here today and very warm. Did not plan for this. It was only supposed to be about 14 degrees today, and it is gorgeous outside. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to take some allergy pills before I do that. Otherwise, I won't feel so good. But, well, I think it's going to be just a perfect way to get outside, get some fresh air, go for a little stroll. What did you guys come up with? I did really good with our 2 medium goals. I had already broken down the health goal to physical, mental, and self-discovery, and I already know what fits into there. I probably should take advantage of the defining into the deep focus times, but I'm not quite there yet. All right, guys, so our next one will be the deep focus. Fill this out as best you can. We kind of have a good overview of our week and what it kind of looks like. So figure out, more or less, this is going to probably be broad strokes right now in terms of which days this might fit into. It may not be possible with the timing in yet, but possibly it is. Depends on your schedule, right? Okay, guys, so let's take a quick 2 minutes. Usually, like I said, save these for your big and medium goals. But this is just a nice solid block of time, 2 to 3 hours of uninterrupted time in which you can just really deeply focus in on your projects and make some real progress on it. All right, guys, 2 minutes and just we'll figure out where this might belong and how best to do this and go. So I see this on Monday. Tuesday. What did you come up with? I just added the monthly plan with me into there with question mark. Like I said, Wednesday or Thursday, not entirely sure yet, but watch for the notification. And Mondays and Tuesday, I think I'm going to use both. Those are full days for me. And I'm going to tackle my 2 medium goals for that. And the health goal kind of, that's a full week thing. So I've got like daily things I have to kind of do. I'm going to put some reminders back on my phone, which will then register on my watch, and that way I get reminders to get up from the desk, move around for 10-15 minutes, and keep a nice solid rhythm to that, because right now I am leaving it to the point where I'm looking for a natural pause, and sometimes I'm really getting into the projects and I don't want to do that. So I want to have something that's gonna, so I'm gonna get some timers going on that. I think that would be smart. Yeah. What did you guys come up with? When are you gonna do your deep focus? Who gets what when? All right, and meanwhile, I'm going to just take us into our next part, which is your fun list. This is your favorite activities, getting outdoors, trying something new, which is amazing for the mind, guys. Journaling, reading, and playing games. Doesn't matter which kind. Just all the fun things that are just going to bring you joy. Just, relaxation and hopefully maybe some laughter. Okay, guys. Yeah, that could even be your, what are you watching? Like, do you have a current show that you absolutely adore right now that just brings you joy? You can put that on the list too, right? This, like I said, nothing on this list has to produce anything. This is your joy list, and it's individual to you, and you don't have to explain it to anyone. It's all good. It's yours. Okay, guys, let's take 2 minutes, and there are 5 bubbles there next to your fun list area, and just figure out some of the things you might want to do this week to bring a smile to your face. Let's see. One small but important task this week is finding a new office chair. Does anyone have any recommendations, preferably off Amazon? Mine came from Costco. I don't know if you have a Costco membership. This one's pretty, how do I describe it? I don't know how to describe it. They don't usually have tons. It has this little guy here. Can't think of the but it is a great little chair. At this point, we have 4 of them in our house because everybody uses them because we love them. Let's see. Rita, I tend to focus on the weekly planner review from the week before on Mondays with JD's sprint. Writing will be whatever days over the weekend at home. I'm home. Perfect. Okay, guys, let's get our 2-minute timer up and figure out. There you go. Let's figure out our fun list and go. Okay, what did you guys come up with? Um, I'm going to try to talk Daughter into maybe finding another one shot and doing some D&D with her this week. I think that would be fun. And I have a book that I have still not finished reading. I got about 2/3 of the way through it. It's sitting back there behind me. I pulled it out off the shelves because, face it, it was never going to get read sitting on the shelf. So now it's sitting back there. I'm going to make an effort to actually just maybe grab it, go sit outside on the deck or something and read if the weather's nice. We're getting that little bit of a taste of spring, so it's kind of nice out there. I know Lori is not. Oh, I feel so bad. All right, guys, we are going to dive on into our final section. Well, technically final. Final action step we take on the template, I should say. So, stage 8, protagonist. Definition, the character who drives the action, which is you. We are going to use that final little section there. New skills, misbeliefs, and our daily habits. Yes, I turned the daily habits onto its side because that was the only spot that was left on the template to make it work. So hopefully easy enough to turn the page and just scribble on there. Let's see, Rita, I want to bring out a board game to play with the kids for Thursday, but even Uno brings the loud out of the kids. Uno is a fantastic game. And you know what? I'm going to add that on there. We have probably about 20 different varieties of Uno, guys. We are an Uno household. Even my daughter, when they have a birthday party, the Uno cards come out. They're all young adults now, and they still want their Uno, so I totally get it. That game is fantastic. All right, guys. So the first part we're going to work on is our new or continued skills. What knowledge are you lacking? Sources for material to upgrade your skills can be YouTube, books, and courses. Is it free? Do you have to apply for it or purchase something? I do have to get around to purchasing the advanced course. I have not done that yet. So that is one of the things I plan to do. If I can't get it done today, I will get it done tomorrow. So that can be checked off and I know it's good to go. What is your reading study time going to look like? What does the coursework look like? How much time do you have to give to it? What are the demands of the course, if any? Is it simply just watching a YouTube video and taking notes? Or is it actually a course with an instructor in which you have to do assignments and hand them in? And is there anything you do? What are you going to do with that feedback? What does your practice time look like so you can bring it into mastery? And what is your evaluation process going to look like? Rita, my kids loved it too, but these kids are just so loud. I'm surprised they are quiet during a movie. That might be the only time they probably have been taught to be quiet. Sometimes it's how they are raised, unfortunately. Keep working with them. They'll get it. It takes time. Okay, guys, so let's get our 2-minute timer up and figure out what it is that we are bringing to the table this week in terms of creating Protagonist 2.0, the better version of us we are trying to be. And go. What else do I need to do? what did you guys come up with? And you put a little notation for, I don't have to do much, but I needed to find my Camp Nano goal. I'm thinking 10K, but that sounds so small. But I'm trying to be kind to myself. Do I do just 10K? Do I do 20? I don't know. This is the advanced class. I'm required to, we're basically going to work an entire novel. I don't know. How much time will I have, guys? Oh, how much time? And taxes. Do they really need to be done? Yeah. Yes, unfortunately. All right, guys. An important detail is movement. Movement can be combined with other low energy tasks such as watching lecture videos or YouTube, reading, or listening to podcasts. You can learn while you move. Incorporate that movement into your day for a happier, healthier you. Okay, guys, misbeliefs. What bad choices have you been making that are affecting your overall health, energy, and concentration? I did one thing right this week. I wanted to start doing veggie trays with hummus. They never had any in stock, but I did not go and buy chips. So we ran out of chips. So I just kind of had to, I kind of ate a little bit of what we had left, but I did not grab more. And hopefully this week a veggie tray will be occurring and I can have some healthier snacks. Let's see, goals. So the example, of course, is drinking water in place of sugary drinks. And of course, if you find it, you have depending on how strong the habit is, if you drink a sugary drink with every drink, then of course you want to start small. If you only do a little bit of it, well, then it's easy enough to replace it out and make it a full change, right? So you do what you need to do, whether you want to do a 25% change, anywhere up to 100%, depending on how much of the change you want to make and how, I guess, addicted you are to it, right? All right, so let's proceed with 2 minutes and figure out what healthy thing or what bad choice are you going to change with a healthy one this week? And go. This is So what did you guys come up with? I realized I was letting circumstance rule my decision. Nothing says that I can't just go get those veggies loosely. I'm going to go pick up some kind of a tray, hopefully with a lid, and then I can just create my own veggie tray instead of being at the mercy of the grocery store that often sells out of them. I don't know. I guess a lot of people are trying to make healthier choices these days, right? So that's my modification for this week, is I'm going to go and find a way to find something that is friendly for our fridge, that I can just have a continuous little veg tray going at any given time. Rita, I'm continuing with water prior to coffee and more veggies. Nice. Okay, guys, our final one here before we go into our final stages of getting all these goodies into our planners, is our daily habits. What 3 to 5 things do you want to work on daily this week? What goals are they connected to? Example, walking 5K per day is connected to your health goal. Daily writing is connected to your writing goal. And some, you know what? That daily writing, guys, can be as small as 250 words. It's just kind of touching base with your story, thinking about your characters, thinking about the world, just staying in touch, which keeps those creative connections being easier to work from. What about the bagged veggies already cut up? True, very true. Yeah, that works too. I don't even mind prepping it. I was waiting to kind of describe, because it's their hummus. It's so good on this particular one that I like to buy. And I haven't figured out what it is about it. They, of course, don't sell it individually. If they did, I would just buy the hummus and do it that way. But I think I'm just there is one that is a store-brand one, which is pretty similar. I'm just going to make my life easier and make it happen. Okay, guys, let's take 2 minutes and populate our plan with our daily habits that we're going to work on this week to work toward that better version of ourselves. And go. And what else do I want to do? What did you guys come up with? I added one more on there. I want to go back to the water first. Thank you for the reminder, Rita. Love my morning coffee, but I do feel better if I have the water first. And it's a simple, I can simply be sipping it as I'm making the coffee. So not a big deal, something that's easy to incorporate, and I feel the benefits of it almost immediately. So I'm going to put that back into my daily. Yeah. Okay, guys, let me know what you guys came up with. We are heading into our final stage of rising action, all the events that happen in a story on the way to the climax. This is where we take our plan and put it into our planners so that we can easily know what it is we're going to do each and every day. And it will be easy to make adjustments if adjustments are needed, if life gets in the way, because it does. It's what happens. But at least we know that we blocked out that time. We know that if we take some time for something else that comes up, if it is important, if it can wait, let it make it be so. And yeah, and then you can just jump back in and see what other, take that slot and move it around a little bit. It may end up getting split up over 2 days. You may lose that focus time of the 2 to 3 hour block, but if you still come back to it and you do it in an hour and a half and an hour and a half, it's going to get done, and you don't, your plan does not fall apart, right? So the outline. Create your master plan or ideal week. Secure your protected time in your planner. This is where, and like I said, some of this is still to be decided. I got a little bit down on my deep focus time, but I don't have everything down. I don't have specific times down yet. I just have an idea. I know Monday and Tuesday are, I know those 2 things I want to work on. And I kind of want to work one, since I should have time on Friday, I want to do something with the Friday as well, but I haven't quite shaped that up yet. But that's okay. This is a living document, and we figure out what's going to work, and we make those adjustments, right? Schedule in your self-care, your mental health, and your buffer days as needed. Elizabeth, take it easy. I love that you've created so much buffer time so that you can allow yourself to heal and get past this injury. And this is your first draft, guys, so plan accordingly, and let there be change. It's okay. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I think, let me know, did you enjoy the template? It felt pretty smooth. It felt like everything had a place. Any suggestions that you might have for improvement, let me know, and we can make some more modifications to it. But I think this is the closest we've come so far to really having a good 2-sheet that covers everything and allows us to take a quick view of what's coming our way and create a really solid plan for the week ahead. I will see you guys. Like I said, watch for a notification going up for the monthly planning. That will either be Wednesday or Friday. I'll have to figure out exactly when, but we'll get that figured out, and that way that can happen. I also want to take another look at it and see if I can bring it up to have the same sense of flow that this one now has. I feel like that one's a bit off still. Not the word that I want to use, but it just doesn't quite, the pacing and stuff on it feels off, so I kind of want to work on it a bit. So, but I will definitely let you guys know. Let's see, Crystal. Thank you, Tracy. Love the template. Thank you, Ann. Rita, I never understand the 5W section. This explains it better. That's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah, that one I was just thinking the what, the where, the when, the how, you know, kind of thing. But it was like, not everybody knows the 5Ws. I don't know. It's just an old school thing that I picked up. Plus it is, it doesn't have the same sass and fun as this has. Okay, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you throughout the week for our monthly planning, and I will see you on Saturday for our writing sprints and our weekly planning. Okay, guys, watch for those notifications. Make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you throughout the week, and I am going to take advantage this week as well before everything starts up again, and make sure I hit some more live streams as well. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing rest of your week. Reset your space, get your planners out. It's time to play and get that washi and stickers out, and put your plan